Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Food School Marathon 2019. This is lesson number 17 of our 21-day marathon to make your 2019 the healthiest, the fittest, the most impactful year yet. So lesson number 17, and today, as I promised, we will dedicate to focusing on our internal environment. Yesterday, we talked about external environment and how you can redesign your environment, your surroundings, your social circle, your food environment, and a lot of other small things to help you to mold yourself into the person that you want to be, to mold your habits, to adopt easier new habits that will create that person that you want to see every day in the mirror. But of course, external environment is just a part of the equation. And of course, it influences what you feel, what you tell yourself on a daily basis, and what kind of person you become. But also, you always need to monitor and to work on your internal environment. And me personally, by that, I mean anything and everything related to our inner feelings, to our self-awareness, to what we think about ourselves, how we feel on a daily, on an hourly, on a moment-to-moment basis, what's going on in our mind, in our heart. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about internal environment. And it's not given, guys. A lot of people, probably most of us till a certain point in our life, think that this is what we've given. That's what we have by default. This is our personality, our character, and we don't have much control over it. But it's not actually true, and it's proven by psychologists and a lot of personal development gurus that you can actually make yourself into whatever it is you want to make yourself into. And yes, of course, there is such thing as being more extroverted or more naturally introverted, and that is actually predefined. The extroverts and introverts have different, nervous system and brain are developed a little bit different, and you can even spot that and identify that in childhood before we can even think about who we are and before we even self-aware, really. But other than that, extrovertedness or introvertedness, some traits, we can mold ourselves into anything. And for example, if you think that feeling depressed or feeling sad is your natural mode and that's just how you are. That's not true. It's actually very not true. What emotions you experience on a daily basis and more often than other emotions really depend on what you allow yourself to think, what you're used to hearing from your environment, maybe your parents, maybe your friends, maybe your coworkers, what you expose yourself to in your environment. That's what you're gonna feel and experience in life, and that's what kind of person you're going to be. And the thing is, we all kind of got our personalities, from our early environment, our parents, our friends, the world around us, but it's not necessarily what suits best us. It's not necessarily what we want to see more of in life. And at some point in your life, usually when you become more self-aware, you understand that maybe who you are or who you've been your whole life, it's not exactly who you really want to be. And that's what building and designing your internal environment is all about. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Well, first and foremost, of course, you want to spend some time and identify who is it you want to be? Who is it you want to be that feels good and right to you? And you don't have to be that person right now. You probably are not that person right now, but you probably know what that person is that you want to wake up to every morning, that you want to feel like, that you want to think like, that you probably know what kind of life you really in your heart want to live. And that's your identity. So first you need to identify who you want to be, who that person is, what do they like, what their daily habits are, what choices do they make in different situations, how does that person feel and think on a daily basis, what kind of friends or social circle that person has, and probably most importantly is what does that person do every single day as habits, as routines, and what kind of decisions that person makes, and what kind of results that person is committed to. So you want to honestly ask yourself those questions, and whatever the true you that you want to wake up to every morning is, then accept that and build that person with thoughts, with feelings, and most importantly with daily actions. There is some smart saying about that. You can act yourself into a new way of thinking, but rarely you can think yourself into a new way of acting. So actions matters the most. You don't have to be kind or think kind. You can act kind, and kindness will sink in to your personality and your traits. You don't have to be generous or think generous or have, any kind of trait. Just do that and you'll become the representation of those qualities, and other people in your surrounding will identify you with those qualities the more you act on it. So first and foremost, identity. This is the core, and you gotta really spend some time, if you haven't yet, and decide consciously what that person that I want to see every day in the mirror is, who she or he is, what are they committed to, what do they do on a daily basis, what action they take on a daily basis, and what decisions do they make, what thoughts do they think, how do they refer to themselves, how do they build themselves up, encourage themselves, manage themselves. Like, what is that person? Identity. That is like the fundamental thing in creating that internal environment that will support the goals that eventually you want to see fulfilled in your world. So identity comes first. And then from that identity, for example, if I identify myself personally as being a person, an influencer, and a leader in healthy lifestyle, healthy living, nutrition, healthy eating, helping other people to be their healthiest, fittest, most energetic self, if I identify myself with that person, that what kind of actions am I going to make every day? What kind of choices am I going to make in situation when there is a choice of eating junk food or eating healthy food, even if it means to go an extra mile for that other choice that is more aligned with the identity that I want to build. So what kind of choice does that person do on a daily basis? And from there, it's actually really easy to, first of all, make that choice. Second of all, make it, even if it's harder choice. And then third, to get the result that you want to see in the world. Like if I'm that kind of person who want to lead fitness, nutrition, healthy habits in other people, then it means that I make certain choices, and that at the end of the day gives me that health, that energy levels, that vitality, that fitness levels. All starts from my identity and then goes into my actions and into my decisions. And then I see the results that a lot of people are inspired by and that's why people want to eventually follow me, right? So all starts with identity. The second thing is start watching your self-talk. This is very important, guys. No matter how aware you are of who you want to be, and you work on your choices and your actions, if your self-talk is constantly against that, if, for example, you want to be fit and healthy, but you always talk to yourself or you're so not in shape, or you're, again, ate that junk, when you should have eaten that salad, or you have no willpower, if that self-talk, if you think those thoughts on a daily basis all the time, then even the best intentions, even the best goal setting, even the best identity created in your head is not going to work, because what you hear all day long in your own head, that's going to program who you are. And it's just fundamental truths. And all the people who transformed themselves from where they were to where they wanted to become, transformed that self-talk. First and foremost, before learning how to talk to other people, how to communicate to other people, you need to learn how to talk to yourself and how to manage that self-talk, and eventually how to manage yourself. So today, and maybe for the next 3 days, or maybe till 2019, just pay extra attention to what you're saying to yourself right now, what you say on a daily basis. What do you hear on a daily basis from yourself? What is it? Identify. And maybe you write down some themes, some common things that you like and you don't like, and cultivate more of what you like, and cultivate more what you want to see in your world. If you're a fit person, if you build that identity around fitness and health, then monitor your self-talk and make sure that self-talk is of a person who leads that lifestyle, who leads fitness and health transformation. Make sure that you talk to yourself like that person exactly right now. That's where it starts, guys, in your head. And then the third thing is watch your feelings, your emotions, and your energy. Not just self-talk, but what you feel and how your energy is on a daily basis. And then compare it to the identity that you've created for yourself, of the person that you want to be. How does that person feel? What emotions do they experience on a daily basis? What kind of energy does that person have and transfer to other people? Really live through the experience of being that person, the identity of which you've created in your head, even if it's in your head right now, and try to really feel those emotions that person experiences on a daily basis. Feel that energy, and then compare it, step down and step back to where you are right now, and look back, analyze what you've been feeling for the past, couple of days, and compare what you felt just now in that identity that you want to create, and what you feel regularly, what you've been feeling recently. Compare that. And probably there is some difference in your emotions, in your energy levels, maybe even huge difference. And that's where you need to work on. Think about, what kind of actions can I take? What kind of people I can be around? What can I listen to? Music? What can I watch? Some maybe documentaries, some movies, some YouTube videos. What kind of foods will make me feel that way? If, for example, your energy is always low, the simple reason might be that you're just eating junk and not eating more nutritious foods. So part of your energy that you experience on emotional level, part of that energy, actually a huge part, because your emotions is biochemistry happening in your body, is what you put in your body, because that directly influences the energy, your biochemistry and energy and emotions that you experience. It's all connected. So compare that energy of that person, of that leader, of that better you, of that identity that you want to live your life as. Compare their energy, their emotions to what you've been feeling lately, recently, maybe your whole past life, and see the difference there, and try to close that gap between where you want to be, the person that you want to be, and where you are right now. Again, actions help. People help, music, videos, everything and anything that supports your destination, that person that you want to become. Get more of that in your life. Give yourself more of that in your life. And little by little, step by step, you're gonna close that gap. But you need to be really consistent, and every time and any time that you notice the difference between emotions, energy levels, self-talk, and the choices you make between where you are right now, or you've been for some time, where you don't necessarily want to be, and between that future that you want to build, that future you, your decisions, your emotions, your energy levels. And every time you notice the difference, the gap, try to close it as fast as possible with any means that you have available. So that's it, guys. Internal environment. This is the thing that really worth your time and worth all the time and all the energy to work on, because that's going to create the results in your real life that you want to see. So internal environment. Start with identity. Identify who is that person that you want to live your life as. And when you come up with many, many details, that's going to help you the most. So as many details as you can come up with your identity first. Then start watching your internal self-talk and what you're saying, how you're communicating every single day right now. How do you communicate to yourself on a daily basis? And change that. Change it to that of a person who you want to be, of that leader. All of us are leaders who work on self-development. It's not the easiest job to become who you want to become, from who you were molded by your environment from the very childhood, very beginning probably. So watch your self-talk and change it, and watch your emotions and energy levels and bring them by whatever means available to you closer to those emotions and energy levels of the person, of that identity who you see yourself in the future. And that's it, guys. I believe actually that this episode is probably the most important one, because if you succeed in building that identity, if transforming that self-talk, those emotions, those energy levels, then there is nothing really I can teach you, because you'll know exactly what to do in every situation according to that vision of that person who you personally want to live. So let me know what you thought about this episode, and maybe I can help you somehow to create your identity. Maybe you need more details. Let me know. Email me at angela@createyourself.today. Thank you for tuning in again on this through this holiday season when you might not necessarily have a lot of time. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate your time and your attention, and all the love that you give to my podcast and all the feedback that I'm getting to my emails. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. And till next time, as usual, eat better daily.